A small coin with a big story. The Malaysia 20 sen coin from 1976 is a fascinating piece of numismatic history that reflects Malaysia's journey as a young independent nation, building its identity, economy, and symbols of sovereignty. This coin belongs to the first series of decimal coinage introduced after the country switched to the Malaysian ringgit, replacing the old Malayan dollar in 1967. It is a common circulation coin, but carries deep historical and cultural significance. Welcome to Vault of Old Coins. Here we bring you the oldest, the rarest, and the most mysterious coins from around the world. Do you want to know which coin is worth millions? Which coin is hiding one of history's biggest secrets? And which coin looks ordinary today, but could make you rich tomorrow? So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's open the Vault of Old Coins. Imagine holding a small silver-colored coin in your hand, just 23.4 millimeters in diameter, weighing about 5.72 grams, made of durable copper-nickel alloy, 75% copper, 25% nickel. On one side, it proudly displays the denomination 20 sen with the year 1976 and the word Malaysia. On the other side stands an elegant building that symbolizes democracy and national pride, the Malaysian Houses of Parliament in Kuala Lumpur. This is the 20 sen coin of 1976, minted in massive quantities, over 47 million pieces, yet each one tells a story of post-independence Malaysia. The coin was not just money, it was a tool for nation building. After gaining independence from British colonial rule in 1957 as the Federation of Malaya and forming Malaysia in 1963, the country needed a unified currency system that reflected its multicultural identity, modern aspirations, and sovereignty. The old currency system based on dollars and cents was decimalized, and new coins were introduced in 1967 with denominations of 1, 5, 10, 20, and 50 sen, plus the 1 ringgit coin later. The 1976 20 sen coin was part of this ongoing series, often catalogued as KM number 4 in standard references. It was struck primarily at the Royal Mint in London, Tower Hill, though some Malaysian coins of the era were also produced at the Singapore Mint or other facilities. The choice of the Royal Mint was practical. Malaysia, as a Commonwealth nation, had strong ties with British minting expertise in the early decades after independence. The designer behind both the obverse and reverse of this coin series was Geoffrey Colley, a talented British engraver and artist associated with the Royal Mint. His initials GC can be seen on the reverse, below the image of the Parliament House. Colley was chosen because of his expertise in creating clear, symbolic, and durable coin designs suitable for mass circulation. His work emphasized simplicity for everyday use while incorporating powerful national symbols. Malaysia in the 1960s and 1970s was rapidly modernizing. The economy was growing through agriculture, rubber, tin, palm oil, emerging industries, and the new economic policy, NEP, aimed at reducing poverty and increasing Malay participation in the economy. Coins needed to be practical, resistant to wear, easy to recognize, and affordable to produce. But they also served as ambassadors of the nation, carried in pockets across cities, villages, markets, and even internationally by workers and traders. The reverse side, often considered the back, features the denomination prominently. Malaysia arched at the top, large 20 in the center, sen below it, the year 1976 at the bottom. This side is straightforward, focusing on utility. The design ensures that even illiterate users or those in a hurry could quickly identify the value. It reflects the practical needs of a developing economy where small transactions, buying food, bus fares, or market goods, were common. The reeded, grooved edge prevented clipping or counterfeiting, a standard security feature. The obverse side, front, is more symbolic and visually striking. It depicts the Malaysian Houses of Parliament, Bangunan Parliament, Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur. This iconic building, completed in 1963 just before the formation of Malaysia, represents the country's commitment to parliamentary democracy. Its modern architecture with traditional Malay elements, like the roof design inspired by local motifs, blends old and new. Above or integrated with the building is the national emblem, a crescent moon and a 14-pointed star, Bintang. The 14 points symbolize the unity of the 13 states plus the federal territories at that time. The overall design radiates national pride and stability. Geoffrey Colley's design was intentional. The Parliament House symbolized governance by the people, while the crescent, from the national flag, represented Islam as the official religion alongside religious freedom for others. The coin was created to foster a sense of belonging among Malaysia's diverse population, Malays, Chinese, Indians, and indigenous groups. By 1976, Malaysia was in a phase of steady growth under Prime Minister Tun Abdul Razak until his passing in 1976, and then Tun Hussein On. The country had survived the 1969 racial riots and was implementing policies for unity, rukun negara, and economic development. Coins like the 20 sen were needed in large numbers because of increasing economic activity, urbanization, trade, and daily commerce. The high mintage, 47,396,373 pieces in 1976, shows it was not a commemorative or special issue, but a workhorse of the economy. It was made to facilitate transactions in a society where cash was king. No fancy story of rarity here. It was democratic money for ordinary Malaysians. The decision to continue the 1967 design with minor adjustments, rather than change it frequently, was wise. Consistency built public trust in the currency. Bank Negara Malaysia, the central bank, oversaw the issuance, ensuring the coins met international standards for weight, composition, and durability. In the international numismatic market, the 1976 Malaysia 20 sen is considered a common date in the series. Its value is modest because of the high mintage and widespread circulation. Circulated condition, worn from use, usually 10 to 50 US dollar, often close to face value, but collectors pay a small premium for nostalgia. Uncirculated or mint state, MS-60 to MS-65. Around $40 to $2,000 or slightly more, depending on eye appeal, toning, or luster. Proof or special specimens. Rare, but can fetch higher prices among dedicated collectors. If a coin has a mint error, meaning a mistake occurred at the mint, when coins are produced, machines create thousands or even millions at the same time. Occasionally, a small error happens during this process, and that very error can make a coin one of the rarest in the world. For example, if a coin has a double strike, the design is stamped twice, or an off-center strike, where part of the coin is blank and part has the design. Sometimes a coin is made with the wrong metal error, and occasionally, errors like die crack or die break create unusual and unique designs. Coins with such errors are produced in very limited numbers. That's why collectors worldwide are always searching for them. Historically, some of these coins have sold for thousands to even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Sometimes, a coin with just a tiny mistake can even auction for $1 million. So if you have an old coin, look at it carefully. It might not be just an ordinary coin. It could be a rare error coin that could change your life. Because sometimes, a tiny mistake becomes the greatest fortune. Occasionally, small mistakes can occur during minting, such as off-center strike. The design is slightly off to one side. Weak strike. The image or lettering is faint or blurred. Die crack. Fine lines or cracks appear on the coin. Clipped planche. The edge of the coin is cut or missing. How much can these errors be worth? Regular coin, $50 to $90. Minor error, $1,000 to $300,000. Clear and attractive error, $3 to $4 million more, in very rare cases. Important note: because these coins were originally produced in very large quantities, their errors are generally not highly valuable, unless the error is very obvious and unique. Most 1976 examples trade for a few dollars at most on platforms like eBay, Numismatics, or NGC. Its real value lies in history rather than investment potential. Collectors in Malaysia, Singapore, and the global Malay diaspora seek it for completing sets of the first series, 1967 to 1988 Parliament House design. The coin's story becomes interesting when you think about its journey. From the Royal Mint's presses in London, shipped across oceans, circulated in bustling Kuala Lumpur markets, passed through hands during the 1970s oil boom and economic shifts, and now resting in albums or drawers worldwide as a souvenir of Malaysia's formative years.